Hello guys. It's Bongi here. So anyway, here I have the Asus motherboard. Sorry I can't show it to you. Okay, this is funny. Let me show it to you now. Anyway, I can't show it to you. Let me just leave it like this. Anyway guys, before we begin, please press the subscribe button right now. Just do it, don't hesitate, just press the subscribe button right now. We have the Asus motherboard. Okay, this PC here, it doesn't turn on when you plug in the charger. We don't get any lights, no charging lights, nothing. Okay, no 3.3 volts, we only have the 19 volts. Okay, anyway, let's check if we do have the 3.3 volts or the 19 volts, or otherwise let's do a cold scanning. Okay, a cold scanning is where you check all the components from the board and see if there's anything shorted there. If there's anything shorted to ground, you just check everything step by step and you check if there's something shorted to ground. Let me see if you can see my multimeter. Oh, okay, fine, you can't see my multimeter, it's too big. Anyway guys, I'm gonna do a cold scanning right now. Let me see if you can see my multimeter. Oh yeah, you can see my multimeter. Alright, I know why you can see my multimeter. So the first thing that we need to do, let's start with a cold scanning. Let's do a cold scanning, meaning we're gonna check each and every component on this motherboard. We're trying to see why the board is not turning on. We'll check everything step by step. Okay, yeah, so we'll check everything step by step, starting from the charging section, from the charging DC in. But I know that we do have the 19 volts. Okay, I did a random checkup, so now I want to do it with you guys step by step. Let's start with the charger. Okay, there it is. This is the charging pin. Okay, so how do you check if it's shorted or not? You take a multimeter and then you put it into a diode mode or continuity mode. Hope you can see. Okay, so after that you touch this tool, you will hear a beep sound. I hope you can hear a beep sound. There's a beep sound. In the multimeter there it says 00. It says 00, as you can see, just because I'm touching this tool. Alright, I'm touching the ground and positive, that's why it's beeping. Let's go ahead, let's start from a charging port. So what you do, you connect ground to ground. This is ground. You touch here on top of this thing. You touch there, and then you touch here. See the multimeter we are getting. Okay, let me try to hold both of these same time so that you can see what I'm currently seeing here. Okay, see. Okay, let me touch again. Okay, so what you do, you touch here. See how many, see what I'm getting, meaning there is no short. Okay, see how I was connecting my ground. Let me show you how I was connecting my ground, because now I couldn't hold. See, my ground was connected here. this is what you do. You put your one probe here, just put it right here. This is ground. Okay, and then you touch here. This pin is for 19 volts. Touch this pin. That's why we are getting this volt. I mean this value. It's because there's no short. Okay, let's follow this thing. This power rail is come from here. It goes straight here. It goes down inside the board on the other side and come back here on these two resistors. Still there is no short. Still there is no short. Here still there is no short. And this is the MOSFET. Okay, on the input of the MOSFET there is no short. Hope you can see there is no short. On the output there is no short as well. Okay, and then we pass the current sensor. There's the current sensor. Still there is no short. Okay guys, we're doing a cold scanning. Even here obviously there is no short. Okay, so now it's clear that our 19 volts is not shorted. Okay, now let's check our charging section. So how do you detect the charging section? The charging section, obviously you will see a battery connector. This is a battery connector from the board, and then you will have a coil next to it. A coil is for output after generating a certain power for a battery to charge. Okay, here we have a short. I believe this is ground, that's why we have a short. Even here it's beeping because I believe this is ground. That's why it's shorted. Let's check on the other side. So if it's shorted here, if this is ground, on this other side we shouldn't get any beep sound. Okay, yeah, as you can see it's not shorted on the other side. Yep, but this side is shorted to ground because I believe it's ground. Then let's check the other MOSFETs. These MOSFETs are responsible for charging the battery. Okay, there's no short. What about the other side? What about this side? There's no short. Let's check this capacitor. No short. Okay, here it's shorted because it's ground. I believe it's ground, but on the other side there is no short, and there shouldn't be any short. Okay, let me show it to you on the multimeter. Let's go back there. It's beeping because it's ground, and there's no shorts on the other side. Okay, and you know capacitors, they should be shorted on one side because one side is connected to ground, but the other side it's positive. Guys, don't forget, here we are doing a cold scanning. I call this a cold scanning. Okay, let's check the coil. You can see nothing. There's no shorts, there's no sound, there's no beep sound. It is the output. This means there's nothing wrong with charging section. Nothing wrong. Even this MOSFET, nothing wrong. There's no short. There's no short. There's no shorts. Okay guys, okay, there's no shorts on the charging section. Now let's check the 3.3 volts. Where's the 3.3 volts? Anyway, I don't have the schematic for this laptop. I'm just using my my knowledge. Okay, I don't think this is 3.3 volts. I think this is for the CPU. Let's check. No shorts. No shorts. Okay, this is ground shorted, as you can hear as well, but here there's no short. Check this capacitor, no short. Let's check the capacitors near this chip. Even the resistors, nothing shorted. There's no short. check these big ones. I think these big ones they are for the 19 volts, but again there is no short. Anyway, there's no short. I think it's shorted there. No short. No short. It's connected to ground and then no short. Okay, let's check this coil. No short. Check these two capacitors. No short, no short, no short. Okay, now we are clear. Okay, let's check this one before we can move on. No short. Obvious the sound. This side is ground, but the other side is positive. There is no short. Okay, let's check those shorted to ground, but here on the other side there is no short. This means everything is okay. Yeah, okay guys, we're done. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. You check everything step by step. You check everything step by step. Okay, here these are the USB ports. Hope you can see. Let's check even here as well if we do have any shorted. If we do have any short, no short. Let's check on the output. This is supplying the 5 volts. This is ground, I believe, and this is the supply as well. Anyway, there's no shorts. Let's check this capacitor as well. It's ground, no short. Okay. Okay. Let's check this transistor as well. As you can see, there's no short, nothing's shorted on the output. No short on the output. No short. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you check everything, guys. You do a cold scanning. I call this a cold scanning. No shorts. Obviously, this is. I mean, the other side is ground. It will be grounded. Okay, this is a startup chip. Okay. Remember, our PC is not charging. It's not turning on. It's possible that the startup chip got something to do with the whole thing as well. So how do we check the startup chip if it's faulty or not? You check the behavior, you check the whole behavior, you check the behavior. Okay, remember our PC is not charging, it's not turning on, it doesn't have any lights. It's possible that the startup chip is faulty, but I'm not saying it's faulty. Okay, this side is shorted, but this other side, it's okay. Okay, so this is the simplest trick to check a startup chip if you don't have a schematic for that startup chip. But if you do have a schematic, you can use a schematic, check each and every pin there, or I mean check those necessary pins and see if there's any short. Anyway guys, there's no short so far. Nothing is shorted. Check this. No short. No short. No short. No short. Okay. Anyway, nothing is shorted. Let's just be honest. Okay, so far. Okay, it's beeping. Okay, hope you can see near the startup chip there's no shorts. Okay, now we are done. Let's check the 3.3 volts. Okay, the best way to check the 3.3 volts, we can use those two coils, the one for 3.3 and the other one for 5 volts. But in this case, let's just do a basic stuff. What do we know about the startup chip? I mean about the BIOS chip. This is the BIOS chip. This is the BIOS chip. It's a win bond. 25Q64FW. so what do we do? Let's go online. Let's type there. Okay, what do we know about the startup chip? I mean, about the thing, the BIOS chip. The BIOS chip, pin number 8 is the 3.3 volt, or it's the 1.8 volt. But in this case, I know they were dealing with a 3.3 volt. That chip should generate 3.3 volts. Okay, that's how it's set. Okay, pin number 8 should be a V in. Okay, it should be a V in. What do I mean by that? It means it's where the BIOS chip is getting the 3.3, meaning we can measure or check the 3.3 from pin number 8 of the BIOS chip and see if the 3.3 there is shorted or not. Because for now we're only checking for short. This is how you check for short, guys. Okay, let's open. So here I went online and I typed the BIOS chip number. So I'm just looking for the schematic. Okay, as you can see, this is what a 1.8 BIOS chip. This is 1.8 BIOS chip. So since it's 1.8 BIOS chip, we can't measure the 3.3 there. But again, we can check if the 1.8 volt is shorted there or not. Guys, see what I was saying? Okay. Sorry about that, you saw me there. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's check pin number 8. This is pin number 1 because there's a dot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Check pin number 8. Okay, multimeter is off. Check pin number 8. Check pin number 8 again. There's no short. There's no short at all. Okay. Okay, guys, we have checked so many things. Now let's check the 3.3 and 5 volts. The 3.3 and the 5 volts. How do we check the 3.3 and the 5 volts, and how do we even detect if we are dealing with the 3.3 and 5 volts? Okay, I'm gonna remove this and plug it somewhere else. Okay, here. So let's come here. What do we know about this? This chip is responsible for creating 3 volts and 5 volts. I don't know which one is 3 and which one is 5, but I know this chip is responsible for generating two power rails, 3 volts, 3.3 volts and the 5 volts. Okay, and how do we check for short? Check here. See, no shorts. Then you check the other coil on the other side. No shorts. Okay, this means nothing is shorted, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Okay, we are done. Now let's move on. Let's check this chip. I don't even know what is this chip and what it does. I don't even know. Anyway, there's no shorts. The best way to check for short, guys, use a coil or use capacitors, ceramic capacitors around there. And what is this? What is this for? Like, I don't know, I won't lie to you. Maybe it's for a RAM, maybe it's for CPU, I can't tell, and I don't know. Maybe it's for the hard drive, I don't know, guys. But let's check for shorts. No shorts, no shorts. You just check around, check the capacitors around. No shorts. Okay, let me hold my multimeter. Okay, let's move the thing. No shots. Okay, no shots. No shots. As you can see, no short, and one side is shorted because this whole section it's ground. So if this is ground, okay, wait, here we found a problem. Here we have a short straight to ground, 0 0 0 0 on both sides. See, 0 0 0 0 on both sides, 0 0 0 0 again. We have a short there, straight to ground. Let's check this coil as well if it's shorted. As you can see, straight to ground, it's shorted, and you can hear the sound. Okay, so what is our problem here? Our problem, it's here. Maybe something's shorted. Okay, let's check after the coil. Obviously, after the coil, there will be a short still. Yeah, as you can hear, there's a short. Even this side is shorted. I'm gonna try to squish it in. Shorted. Let's check even the other side here. It's shorted, but I believe this is ground, and this is the gate. Nothing's wrong with the gate. Wait. Yeah, nothing's wrong with the gate. Okay, it's possible that this guy, it's dead, or one of the capacitors here is shorted. Okay guys, we found our problem. So now I don't know anything about this thing, about this section. I won't lie to you. So what do we do if you don't know anything? You take your power supply and then you connect the ground, your one probe to ground. This is my ground. As you can see, I'm connecting to ground. And wait. I need to take something, guys. I need to take something. Okay, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I know what to use. Okay guys, we don't know anything about that side, right? So what do? We have to inject power there to see which component is taking power, right? We have to use force. We have to use force to put more power there, so that something bad, or the bad guy would get hot. Let's see. Let's hope we don't have a shorted CPU or a PCH, because if that's the case, I don't have a repolling machine. It's over, guys. But anyway, let's be positive. Let's go ahead. Let's see. And how many volts should we inject here? We don't know. And yeah, we don't know, guys. We don't know how many volts should we inject, but we're gonna inject volts here. Okay, let me confirm if this is shorted as well. Yeah, I think this and this are connected, as you can see as well. These two track pads, it's one thing. So Since you don't know how many volts to inject, because now we can't use 19, we can't use, because obviously it's not 19 volts. You have to use our common sense. It's obvious it's not 19 volts, and it's not 3.3 volts, and it's not 5 volts. It's possible that it's 5 volts or 3.3 volts after pressing the power button, because we have 3.3 volts always, we have 5.5 volts always. It's possible, I don't know. And again, it can be for a RAM power supply, it can be for a CPU power supply, it can be for a PCH power supply, it can be for a graphics power supply. I don't know, we don't know. Let's just use our common sense. Let's come with 1 volt or 0.9 volts. Yeah, 1 volt or less, because I know that CPU does take 1 volt, and even if I inject 1 volt there, nothing will burn. Even the PCH, it won't burn. You see, so let's just come with 1 volt and see what is taking power. Okay, I'm setting my power supply a little bit. I want to come with a straight 1 volt. Okay, 0.9 volts. I want to make it 1 volt. Okay, here we are, 1 volt. Okay. First, let's observe and see what is taking power. And okay, something's taking 1.2, something's taking 1.2 amps. Okay, something is taking 1.2. Okay, let's do it again. Something is taking 2 amps. Guys, CPU is getting warm, guys. I don't like this at all. CPU is taking power. This is bad. This is bad. I don't like this at all. The CPU is taking power, guys. The CPU is getting warm, guys. Maybe it's my eye. No, the CPU is shorted. Here we are finished. We are finished, guys. The CPU is getting warm. Let me show it to you before. Okay, I almost used water. Imagine. I thought it's alcohol, but it's water. Oh, this is alcohol. One day I'll make a mistake and drink alcohol instead of drinking water. I'm telling you. Okay, where's the CPU? Let me show you the CPU. This is the CPU. See? That's alcohol right there. It's moving, and you can see those dust particles moving there around. So when we inject power here, you'll see those particles, they will move. See? 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 See how they are moving? Guys, we are finished. We are finished. David, do you want to see some miracles? See, the CPU is dead. Dead. And here, this is a CPU power supply. So there's a short here. Everything else is working 100%, but the short is here, straight to ground. So I see those dust, the dust particles. See how they are moving. It's totally dead. And I can't do a thing here. Here. And it's shorted somewhere at the corner, but inside, you see, somewhere here. Somewhere, because this is where the thing is coming from. But within, inside, and this short is taking.
Is it a built-in
CPU? See how it's evaporating very fast, and the thing is coming from this side and it's moving from this side, but within the CPU. Within the CPU. So guys, what do we do in this case? We do a reballing. You remove the CPU nice, and you put back another working CPU. But in this case, I don't have a reballing machine, guys. I'm just gonna stop it right here. Anyway, I hope you learned something, and I just hope and pray you learned something, because there's nothing I can do in this case in this manner, guys. And now it does make sense, because the CPU, the PC is not charging, it's not doing anything, it's not turning on, it doesn't do a thing. It means it's linked with the CPU, because the laptop, even if it's dead, it should charge, unless if there's a problem with a 19 volts. But in this case, there's nothing wrong with a 19 volts. Okay, it's just dead. Nothing I can do. Anyway, I love you guys, and press the subscribe button and keep on watching my videos. I'll teach you more and more stuff. Relax. Sharp.